Hi folks, welcome back to Aussie Garage. Now tonight, after many interim videos of garden fruit and how-tos about other things, I want to get back on the project. And this brings me to the frame. And what I want to do is brace this up a little bit. I've been on Tinterweb. I managed to get some 6mm mild steel rod, which is what I wanted, 1/4 inch. That's going to be what I use it for. And also in the back goggles of there, where there's a gap obviously that I can't weld across, I'm just going to put some wire in that because that fits in there perfectly, and then weld that in. So that will give me the final strength of the frame that I need. And I've ordered a knob so I can then drill through the back and bolt the knob on, and then it's ready to fit on the bike, and then I can fit on the trailer, or start on the trailer, which is what I want to do. I want to get the wood ripped off it. I've got to use the alley sheet that was once the lining as the new body, so it'll be like an angle iron frame and rivet in an aluminium body around it, so it'll be super lightweight. Voice has gone. Another 2 weeks work in a row. Sound like Bonnie Tyler, which is just crap. So here we go. I'm going to get welding and stop talking. Stick around, stay tuned. Alright, again, excuse the voice, it's just about to give up the ghost completely, so I'll keep it brief. I've got to use the bike as a jig. I've got to bolt it on to its mount points in order that it stays in situ. So if you start welding on this now, it is a bit spangy and kind of bendy and flexible, sort of. Not much, but just a bit, sort of. So I've got to bolt it into the bike so it's completely held in the position it needs to be as a jig, and then when I start welding I can just tack the stuff in and I know it's still going to fit after it's finished. So the first job, if I'm going to be welding tack along here, is to get the chrome off. So the old orbital disc and a bit of, oh, what I think that is, that's 40 grit. I'm going to get some of this chrome off. There we go. Don't forget them. Spin over to other side. That's 2 in half. Right, there we go. Those are the pieces cut to size and offered in situ, kind of like this. Now I've just worked out that doing the kind of zigzag trailer, yeah, I know triangulation is the strongest, kind of doing them zigzag, but I just haven't got enough steel. It seems that I would have needed about 12 of these rods, and it was 6 of them was quite expensive as it was. So I'm going to go with this kind of 3 and 3 design. They're just kind of stood in situ, and that's what they look like. So that's for the other side. Trying to get the old mask on, get the old buzzer out, and get them tacked into place. See how it goes. first three. Looking good. Right. Tell you what, the difference between using some old galvanised steel out the shed and buying some proper mild steel from a stock holder is amazing. It just welds lovely. So much easier. You get a better arc. You don't get all that complaining and splattering and horribleness. I can always recommend it if you can afford it. Get some proper stock. The other thing is as well, if you're putting these on, they don't quite meet, there's like a 1/2 mil gap. Once they're offered and you put that weld in there, it seems to work fine. Right, let's show you what it's like. So that's the first tackage. Literally just tacked them in, hold them in place. So I'll just do the other side and then I can take it off because then it's set in shape. And I can weld that piece in across the back. Stick around. Just another little point while I'm doing this. You know me, OCD. Obviously I want them to look the same either side. And that side being done first, I just want to match this side to that side. It doesn't matter what angle they are as long as they're both the same angle. So the trick is just to cut them or grind them down just a tiny bit so that they're a tiny bit short and they're free. They don't actually foul on that joint, but they're close enough to tack in, and then all you do is just burn a tack into it there so it's nicely tacked and penetrated, and that then, you see, come there, I can just bend that down so it matches the same angle, and then take all the other pieces off this one. That's about right. A bit more. Just manipulate that, and if it falls off, well, just tack it back on again. It's not going to be a nice weld job. None of my weld jobs are nice, but they're strong and they don't fall to bits. So there we go. That now is ready to buzz at the top. And the other thing, just quick, can't stress enough when you're welding near your tyres, just cover them up with about 4 layers of blanket. I learnt the other day, to my cost, I used to have there a kitty litter tray which I drained oil into. And changing the oil on the van, a comedy moment, took the drain plug out, whoosh goes the oil everywhere, and it started to spread underneath the litter tray all over the driveway, which wasn't funny. But what had happened, a little bit of stray weld splatter had gone into the kitty litter tray, being thin plastic, and just burned its way through. So actually this is going to go in the bin as well shortly because it may have a hole in. Obviously weld splatter's gone under there, burnt its way through the cat litter tray, and I put oil, you can't see the mess now, but it's kind of over there under the trailer, and that was a bit of a mess. So when you're doing anything, obviously that weld splitter, just a cat litter tray is nothing, but your tyre's a big issue. So 3 layers of blanket, big thick stuff, and more important than anything, 2 decent fire extinguishers, 2-hand powder and water. Powder for anything electrical, or powder for anything to be honest, and water for anything fuel related. So obviously cover up the tyre. If your blanket catches fire, got your fire extinguisher. So let's crack on with it. So there we are, all welded on the outside, and it's given me a chance, just with extra power, just whack the power right up to maximum, just to get these hot enough to penetrate properly. And now on the insides I can tack twice on the inside of each one and get it so that they're proper strong. Let's go. as anything you've welded on can twist and warp. Here's the acid test. Is whether it fits on the bike. It should do. 2. Ah, lovely. 3 and 4. There you go. Straight on. Almost. And that is not even bolted up tight. But that is so tough and so hot. It's really fucking hot. Your bed. Right, here we go. Let's cover that. Cheers, Ben. Obviously, these are really just decorative. They're not really doing a great deal of trellising or triangulating, but they are strong and they do stop the thing from moving about. It is a lot more rigid now. And oddly, I was estimating this thing at about 15 kilos. And as it stands, the whole thing is 5.5, which is odd. 5.5 kilos, that's all it weighs, which is good, because then the trailer hitch is going to press down on there, and that subsequently will give a nice ride pull. Won't be too harsh, it won't weigh the bike down too much. Now all I'm going to do now is across here, I'm going to put a plate and then bolt the knob on. And by pure coincidence, we did. We just went out on eBay yesterday, so we've got to go to Weymouth tomorrow and pick it up, and I'm going to make a plate and bolt the toe ball on there. Then this is finished, it's just ready for a coat of black paint, and that'll be it, and then we can start on the trailer of doom. So there you go, that's about all for now. Right, so pretty much that now concludes the trailer hitch frame. If I want to do anything more to it, if I think it needs any more, then I'll do it as I go along. It will be trial and error, research and development. The strength is there. As you saw, I welded that section in the centre, in behind here, which is still really hot, and that will be a lot stronger now in the centre. Those two pieces are now absolutely rock hard strong, and it's all box across the back there. So we've got the toe knob ready. It's a thin neck one, which will allow the bike to lean more. So we're going to pick that up from Weymouth tomorrow night, which is just down the coast, and then I can get that drilled, a plate made and bolted on, and that's onto the trailer. So there we go, that's pretty much that for now. I don't think it's worth beating on it anymore. Thanks for tuning in and watching the garage as usual. Always appreciate the support and all the comments, amazing. 30, 40, 50 comments a day, I can't believe it. I do truly appreciate the support, it means so much. It spurs me on, it inspires me to do more. Some days you sit in the house and you think, I feel ill, I've got voices going, I feel rotten, I can't be bothered, but then you look at your comments and you think, yeah, let's get stuck in. So it's all down to you that give me the motivation, I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in and take it easy, I'll see you next time.